So this is Cadet Fairbrass and Cadet Hoffman's submission for deliverable 1-1 career planning retirement decision tool. So this is our requirements diagram, which is used to display text-based requirements and the relationships between those requirements for developing this analytical tool. So our project is divided into lookup career options, calculating the total financial value of a soldier's career, and displaying those career comparisons. So beginning with lookup career options, that is divided into three subcategories of general information lookup, military career information inputs, and civilian career information inputs. So starting with a general information lookup, that's divided into the current year, age of the soldier, the desired length of retirement pay, family dependents, and 401k contribution, the percentage kind of your income that you want to input. Your military career information, that's broken down into your BAH allowance, which is dependent on your location, your base pay, and your GI Bill eligibility / educational benefits. And then finally, civilian career information input, which is your GI Bill, your zip code of where you're going to use it and when you're going to start using it, your expected civilian occupation, and then your years in the civilian workforce after you get out of the military. So now moving up into like the calculations of our system. So we're going to calculate the total financial value of a soldier's career. That's broken down into two parts. So first is calculating the monetary value of a soldier's career under the old retirement plan versus the monetary value under the new retirement plan, which is in essence the goal of this system. So based on all the inputs shown over here and look up the different career options, this is going to calculate the total kind of net worth of that soldier. And then from there, we're going to go and display the career comparison. So once the system has gone and run this analysis on which career path and then retirement plan is best, is going to display which career choice they should have in a comparative manner. So you're going to have your comparative career value table display and then a recommended / ideal option for your retirement package. So next we'll move into our block definition diagram. So continuing on, this is our building block diagram. So this tool is used to show the relationship between the variables of the system, but also kind of how the system is going to be used and interact with the user. So the career planning and retirement decision tool is broken down into three components: the user interface, which is what the user is going to interact with; the data tables, which will contain the data and the numbers that will be used for the analysis; and then the inputs and the lists, which is kind of what the user will interact with, but which is kind of contained in the background of the system, which will interact with the data tables, as we will show in the sequence diagram later. So starting with the inputs and the lists over here. So some of the inputs and the lists we have, this will be shown either in a drop-down menu or the user will type directly into in the user interface. But the expected years of civilian work here, the percent salary retirement contribution, the expected location of the GI Bill use, your current location for BAH purposes, your current rank, number of expected dependents or current dependents, expected civilian job, desired length of your retirement, and then your current age and the current year. So those components will then go in and search within the data tables, again as shown later. So data tables are broken into civilian salary tables, BAH by location tables, military salary tables, GI Bill, and educational benefits table. And then finally, your retirements table is broken into your retirement packages underneath the old system, the new system, and civilian retirement. So again, just to clarify, these inputs and lists coming from the user interface will interact with the data tables, find those values, put them in the list, and then they'll be shown in the user interface. So to kind of get into that in more detail, we'll go into our sequence diagram now.
Continuing on, this is our sequence diagram. This tool is used to specify a behavior with a focus on how parts of a block interact with one another via inputs from the user and operational calls. At the top of our sequence diagram, the four major categories of the system are displayed. These categories consist of user inputs, user interface, data tables, and lists. Taking a look at the list category, we see expected civilian occupation and current rank or grade within the military. These lists appear as a drop-down menu within the user interface, allowing the user to select information as it pertains to them. Moving over to the user inputs category, we see an array of inputs available to the user. With the exception of civilian occupation and current rank, these inputs will be manually entered by the user, populating information in the user interface. Using the inputted data from the user interface will access the data tables to obtain pertinent information correlating with the user's inputs. Given this information, the user interface will be able to calculate the total net present value of the user's career under both the old system of retirement and the new system of retirement. This information will then be displayed within the user interface, allowing the user to make an educated decision on their retirement package.